1. Hyper niche, Fractional Chief AI Integration Officer, F-CAIO. This is the cutting edge. Many mid-sized U.S. companies, 10 million to 100 million in revenue, are desperate to integrate AI, artificial intelligence, into their operations, from customer service chatbots to internal data analysis, but they can't afford a full-time, $400K year chief AI officer. Your business steps in to fill that gap. You provide a fractional Chief AI Integration Officer, F-CAIO service. The astonishing angle? You don't build the AI, you build the strategy. You act as a high-level consultant, working with 5 to 10 clients concurrently on a retainer basis. You audit their existing workflows, identify 3 to 5 high-impact AI opportunities, for example, using GPT for initial contract drafts or using a predictive model for inventory, select the best vendor, and manage the integration. Income potential? Extremely high. Fractional executive roles command premium rates. Charging a retainer of $10,000 to $25,000 per month per client is feasible, yielding a multi-million-dollar annual revenue stream once scaled with a small team of technical specialists. The realism. The demand for AI strategy is skyrocketing, but the talent pool is scarce. This model minimizes your overhead, no large corporate office, small expert team, while maximizing your billable rate based on value delivered. You're selling certainty and results, not just hours. 2. Luxury pet wellness and biohacking centers. Pet ownership in the USA is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and pets are increasingly viewed as family members. The surprising element is applying human biohacking principles to canine and feline health. The astonishing angle? Forget basic grooming. Your center offers high-end, science-backed wellness treatments for affluent pet owners whose dogs are their co-pilots. Services include cryotherapy for inflammation and joint pain, red light or PEMF therapy for cellular repair, hyperbaric oxygen chambers for healing, and customized nutritional IV drips administered by a vet or certified technician. Income potential? Excellent. These are high-margin, premium services. A single cryotherapy session can cost over $100. A monthly membership offering several treatments could easily be priced between $500 and $1,500. Affluent pet owners will pay anything to extend and improve their pet's quality of life. The realism. Requires initial capital for specialized equipment and necessary veterinary oversight partnerships, but the recurring revenue model and premium pricing justify the investment in major metropolitan areas with high disposable income. 3. Autonomous lawn and landscaping fleet as a service. Landscaping is a stable, high-demand industry, but it's labor-intensive and low-margin. The astonishment comes from replacing human labor with autonomous electric machinery. You don't hire lawn crews, you manage a fleet of GPS-guided, fully autonomous electric commercial mowers and edgers. These robots work 24/7, charging at night, and are quieter, more precise, and eliminate the industry's biggest headache, finding and managing reliable labor. You target large commercial properties, HOAs, and vast corporate campuses. Income potential? Exceptional. Labor is the highest cost in traditional landscaping. You drastically reduce it. Your cost per lawn plummets, allowing you to underbid traditional firms while still keeping a massive profit margin. A single large contract could generate tens of thousands monthly. The realism. The technology is here. Companies like Gray's Mowers are developing commercial autonomous systems. Your business is about being the first to operationalize this technology into a reliable fleet as a service. 4. Micro-CFO for e-commerce sellers consulting. The e-commerce world is flooded with successful small and medium sellers on platforms like Amazon, Shopify, and Etsy. They are great at marketing and product, but terrible at financial modeling, tax strategy, and inventory finance. The astonishing angle is you offer a Micro-CFO service dedicated only to high-growth e-commerce brands, specializing in COGS, cost of goods sold optimization, cross-border tax compliance, and predicting inventory capital needs before they run out of cash. You don't do their bookkeeping, you give them the high-level financial strategy of a Fortune 500 company. Income potential, very high. These businesses are often generating $1 million to $10 million in annual sales. They have high cash flow but low visibility. Your value is protecting and multiplying their money. Retainer fees of $5,000 to $15,000 per month are easily justifiable when you help them save hundreds of thousands in taxes and inventory costs. The realism. This is a purely digital, service-based business with no physical overhead. It requires deep expertise in corporate finance and e-commerce platforms, making it a high barrier to entry for competitors, but a goldmine for the expert. 5. Atmospheric carbon removal (ACR) buy-down brokerage. Sustainability is no longer a trend, it's a massive corporate mandate. However, buying carbon credits is complex, opaque, and often criticized as greenwashing. The astonishing angle? You launch a brokerage that works exclusively with high-tech, verifiable atmospheric carbon removal companies, for example, direct air capture. Instead of buying vague offset credits, you allow Fortune 100 companies to buy down guaranteed future-dated removal of physical CO2. Your service handles the due diligence, auditing, and contract negotiation for your corporate clients. Income potential? Phenomenal. Carbon removal is a high-ticket, high-volume commodity of the future. You charge a large percentage, 5 to 10%, as a brokerage fee on multi-million-dollar carbon removal contracts. As regulatory pressure and corporate ESG, environmental, social, and governance targets intensify, your service becomes indispensable. The realism. This business thrives on trust and technical knowledge. While requiring deep industry insight, the low operating costs, it's a high-value consulting brokerage model, and the vast market potential of the global carbon economy make it one of the most future-proof ideas. 6. Executive digital legacy management. High-net-worth individuals and C-suite executives in the U.S. have a digital life spanning decades, from emails and cloud documents to social media and digital assets like crypto and NFTs. When they die or become incapacitated, this legacy is often lost or creates legal and financial chaos. The astonishing angle? You provide a highly discreet, secure service to manage and execute the client's digital last will and testament. This involves curating and organizing all digital assets while alive, and crucially, providing a guaranteed legal framework for transferring or destroying those assets upon death. Your service is essentially a digital vault and a digital executor. Income potential? Extremely high. Discretion and security are non-negotiable for this clientele. You can charge an exorbitant annual retainer, $10,000 to $50,000 plus, and a large activation fee upon the client's passing. This is a recurring wealth protection service. 7. Urban vertical farming micro-hubs, high-value crops. Traditional farming is land and weather dependent. Urban vertical farming is not new, but the astonishing part is the focus on high-value, perishable, niche crops delivered within hours to high-end restaurants and health stores. The astonishing angle? Instead of trying to grow lettuce for supermarkets, low-margin, high-volume, you specialize in rare microgreens, heirloom varieties, and exotic culinary herbs that command a huge price premium from celebrity chefs. Your farms are small, modular, shipping container-based micro-hubs placed directly within 5 miles of the city's highest-priced culinary districts. 0 food miles equals ultimate freshness. Income potential? Excellent. These are high-margin, premium services. A single container farm can generate $50,000 plus monthly in high-density urban areas. The realism. Requires technical expertise in hydroponics or aeroponics and a superb sales team focused on B2B relationships with top-tier restaurants who demand quality and will pay for consistency. 8. Hyper-specialized real estate, adaptive reuse consulting. The U.S. has countless aging empty office towers, derelict shopping malls, and underutilized historical buildings. Adaptive reuse is the process of converting these structures into new residential, mixed-use, or light industrial spaces. The astonishing angle is your consultancy focuses only on the highly complex, localized zoning, permitting, and historical tax credit negotiation process for developers undertaking these massive adaptive reuse projects. This is a legal, bureaucratic, and financial labyrinth that stops most projects before they start. You are the expert navigator. Income potential? Massive. You are paid to unlock value that is otherwise trapped. Your fees are a percentage of the project's unlocked value. For example, the amount of state or federal tax credits secured, or the increased valuation from securing residential zoning. A single project can mean a six-figure fee for your firm. The realism. This is a high-stakes, knowledge-based business. It requires a network of urban planners,
real estate attorneys, and deep knowledge of specific city and state-level housing legislation. Low overhead, extremely high-value service. 9. Corporate empathy audits, internal culture consulting. Companies are realizing that employee burnout, quiet quitting, and high turnover are draining profits. They need more than surveys. They need a genuine cultural intervention. The astonishing angle. You provide a service called the Corporate Empathy Audit, using a blend of behavioral psychology, proprietary sentiment analysis software, analyzing internal communications, and discrete C-level interviews. You produce a single actionable report that quantifies the deficit in corporate empathy and provides a 90-day empathy integration plan. You are selling a solution to a $1 trillion problem, the cost of low engagement. Income potential? Very high. You target companies with 500-plus employees. Initial audit contracts can be $50,000 to $150,000, followed by monthly retainer fees for the integration phase. The realism? This is a consulting model that leverages the growing recognition that company culture is a financial metric. It requires expertise in organizational psychology and persuasive executive-level communication. 10. The nostalgia as a service experience. People pay a premium for experiences that are personal and unique. For millennials and Gen Z in the USA, a massive wave of nostalgia is focused on the late 1990s, early 2000s. The astonishing angle, you don't sell retro clothes, you sell fully immersive, rentable, time capsule experiences for private events, corporate team building, and high-end parties. Think a fully stocked, perfectly recreated 1990s living room, blockbuster rental boxes, tube TV, vintage video games, authentic snacks, etc., or perfect 80s arcade. Your core offering is a curated nostalgia kit delivered, set up, and managed for a 4-hour event. Income potential? Excellent. High-end event rentals are expensive. A single event can charge $3,000 to $8,000 plus, depending on the level of detail and staff required. The astonishment is the meticulous museum-quality recreation of the past. The realism is this is a physically demanding logistics-based business, but the initial investment in collectible items can be high return as the authentic items appreciate in value. It scales by replicating and expanding the time capsule themes.